Hi everyone, it's Annalisa. So I'm checking in. This is day 4 of Self and Soul Expressed, and I wanted to get in this morning before I head out for the day. And yeah, what has really come through for me today and what I really want to share. After yesterday's live, I really tuned into the message of approaching these lives as if I am talking to somebody one-on-one, or I'm doing a reading for them, or I'm working with somebody one-on-one, and how I would approach it and really trusting the message that needs to come through. Hi Nins. And today, what I really want to share, because this is what I'm moving through right now. I shared yesterday that I am witnessing in myself a transformation. And what really became clear and dropped in for me today, after exchanging some voice messages with my partner Roman, was the story of what I shared yesterday with my kids, feeling the energy of something shifting within me, and me essentially saying goodbye to a part of myself that maybe I've held on to for so long. And what really became clear today was that I'm saying goodbye to the identity that I've been holding on to of being a mother. And there's definitely still some emotion with that, because I have identified with that for such a long time. My kids now, my daughter's 13 and my son is 10. So I feel like this is really important for me to share. A lot of the things that I talk about with my clients come from personal experience, and this is how I learn, and the insights that I get is through direct experience, and being able to share that with people who are possibly going through the same experience. I have to go through those experiences so that I can support people who are finding themselves in the same experience. So it took me back to a session that I had with some mentors of mine that spoke about how I was quite possibly, and it felt very true for me, because although I didn't want to see it, I wanted to hide behind this identity, this role. And they really reflected back to me how I hide behind this parenting role or this obligation. Not saying that parenting is an obligation. You choose, sometimes you don't choose it, but you are there. You're there for the responsibility of raising these children. They chose you to be their parent, to guide them through this lifetime. And often I find that my kids are my biggest teachers. It's a mutual beneficial relationship. But there's certainly a program in that as mothers, and this doesn't just relate to mothers, but women in general, we have this built-in system, this built-in program that asks us to sacrifice ourselves for others. And I feel like this is something, and this is a challenge that I've had to move through constantly. And it's distracting me from what it is that I want to do and what lights up my soul, what makes me who I am, because I'm not just a mother. I'm many things. And the guilt that comes with being a mother, or even somebody who gives, you know, who's nurturing in their nature, that it's in order to, and I feel like this is what I keep hearing is the word worth, where we're tied to, our worth is tied to giving. And then we tend to give and give and give and give. And then we don't feel that we're appreciated for our giving. So then resentment builds. And then it feels more like an obligation. I'm just getting poor. Okay, there we go. We're back. Yeah, so hi Natalia. So I feel like this is exactly what I'm moving through right now, is saying goodbye to that identity that I've hid behind for so long, and not feeling guilty that I want to do other things. I've always known from a very young age that I was here to support people, that I'm here to do something and share something with the world and share my gifts. And for a very long time, I've held back on that. And, you know, being a mother was one of the things that I feel like has gotten in the way, and something that I have hidden behind because it was easier than stepping out. And I had to go through that though, you know, like I had to go through that guilt and through all of that. I keep getting poor connection, so I hope that I'm not cutting in and out. Yeah, so with transformation, there's letting go of everything that you thought you were and embracing who you really are. And, you know, my kids are really big reflections of, because they're so supportive, and I know they want me to step out, because I know that what I'm putting forth as an example for them is for them to be who they are. The more that I can step into being who I am, the more I'm setting that example for them to be who they are and not have to feel like they have to give to everybody else. Yeah, and I'm so committed to that, because I want to start living the life that I want for my children, because it's so important, so important, because they're our future generation. And what I'm seeing in the world is that we keep repeating these cycles that the generation before us has gone through, and set an example for us to, you know, I've seen my mother give and give and give and give, and, you know, there's nothing left for her, and she's, you know, gone through losing who she is and what makes her unique and what makes her her. And that's why I see it such an important thing for us to really step. And this is an invitation. Hi, Julia. This is an invitation for you, not just as a mother, but as a human being. You know, what have you learned from the generations before us? And is that what you really want? Is that what is calling from your soul? Is you know, we're so tuned into the mind energy and the mind chatter. But when you tune into your heart, there is a message. You came here for a reason. And I'm really wanting to invite you to step into that and listen to your heart. What is it asking from you? What is it wanting you tune into and move in alignment with. Because I feel like we're in a time where we are really being asked to make that journey and build that bridge between the mind and the heart. They're not meant to be at war. And the mind is that identity, and that's where I was, reflecting on and going, wow, I identified with being a mother and that's all I was. And I completely lost myself, and lost who I really was from the soul level, disconnected from my heart. And now that I'm reconnecting back to me and to my heart and my soul, I'm really feeling the call to just, and this is why I'm here on this challenge, is so that I can express what's in my soul and what's in my heart in the moment. And I hope this all makes sense. I don't know if it is, but I'm just trusting the words. Because like with big transformation, you are letting go of all of those identities. And this morning I felt a lot of grief, and the guilt of thinking that if I step out and do the work that I was meant to do, that in some way, shape or form, I'm letting my kids down. And I know that's not the case. That's a story. So I'm choosing not to listen to that story, because that is something that's a place I don't want to come from. Because I'm so much more than that. There's so many facets to Annalie, and I'm really curious to discover more. So hopefully, hopefully that translated whatever message and transmission that was coming through to me. And I'm going to leave it at that, because I feel content in what I've shared. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll be dropping in tomorrow. So see you all tomorrow. Bye.